So Dhruv, I've seen your early vlogging days, like when I guess it was your first or second year in Bits, and I remember watching your Holi vlog, right? How Holi is in Bits, and I was quite fascinated because the campus life felt very much as shown as in Bollywood movies, right? So tell me, how was campus life actually? Like, was it as per your expectations? Was it below your expectations, or was it beyond your expectations? How was Bits?
So when I was in my 11th and 12th standard, there was this lockdown due to COVID, and everything started to go online. My coaching, my entire preparation started to shift towards online.
Okay.
So there was this obvious fascination towards how an offline campus life would be after 2 years of lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few YouTubers from Bits Goa and Bits Pilani that I used to follow. When I used to watch their videos,
Yeah.
I should be like, I really want to be here. This feels like the place where I want to spend my college life. And even before that, when I had gone for the Rubik's Cube event in Bits Goa, I used to be a speed cuber back in the day.
Oh.
So in my 8th, 9th standard, I had gone to Quark, which is the tech fest.
Quark, yeah.
So I really like the vibe of the campus. So I was like, there's somewhere in my heart, I do love this place. I can see myself being here for like my undergraduation. So when I got into Bits, the campus was pretty familiar to me because I'm from Goa and I'd already seen it.
Yeah.
But what was not familiar is the type of people I'd meet.
Okay.
Having spent my life in Goa, all around me were mostly Goans. But when I went to Bits, out of 800 people in my batch, only 12 people were from Goa. 90% of the crowd was from
all over
India. So what changed my perspective about college life was the type of people I met and their opinions. All of them, obviously, they have worked really, really hard for JEE. They were into IITs, but chose Bits. They're really smart. And as someone who did not get enough exposure, that life for me was the transition I actually wanted to get into the real world. So living in the hostel room by myself, being in a residential campus throughout the day, going to classes if I want to, or if I don't want, I can skip them because there's no attendance.
Yeah.
I can skip anything I want. I can choose any club that I want to join, any department by myself. No parental involvement. That sort of independence I never received in my life earlier. So that's what actually changed for me, and I did not really expect that to happen.
You talk about independence right now in normal Tier 3 colleges. What happens is they try to involve your parents into everything.
Yeah.
Like if your attendance is low, तुम्हारे parent को call करूँगा. If you're not attending classes, or let's say if you're not submitting files, I'll call your parents and all that. But Bits, it's completely opposite, right? Like they do not involve your parents in anything.
Unless and until it's like really
Official.
important.
Okay.
Like for example, if you're slacking in a CADS in one semester, and let's say you got a really low GPA, then your parents need to know. So they send a letter to your parents.
But that's required.
Yeah,
that's required in life. But
even if, let's say, you go to, so there's one cell called Empower, which is the mental health
in Bits.
in Bits.
Okay.
It's actually started by Billas.
Is it like a counseling thing? Okay.
Yeah. A lot of students take it.
Okay.
Now, if your condition is severe, then the counselor is obliged to like inform your
parents. I see.
Because you're still young, right? You're like 18, 19 years old in college. So only in those cases they will involve your parents. If not, it's just about you. And
I mean, it's important because people are coming there from all over India.
Yeah.
So it's important to let their parents be updated. But do you think having that level of independence is a good thing for a student, or is it a bad thing for a student?
Really depends on the individual.
Okay.
I think what comes into play is your upbringing, your values, your ethics, the type of person you are. For someone like me, it was a really good thing because my parents are very supportive and they've never really tried to limit me.
I see.
So when I got this independence, I had the opportunity to try a lot of stuff without any obligation, fail at some of them, learn more things, experiment with new ideas, experiment with new people. So I think it helped me, but I've seen a lot of people misuse that freedom.
Yeah.
So especially because in a college like Bits, which is in Goa, a lot of people who come from outside Goa, they have different opinions about Goa.
Yeah.
See, as Goans, we know what the reality and
Yeah.
how life in Goa is. It's very
Exactly.
simple.
It's very simple.
It's not as fancy and as overhyped
As
it-
shown on
as shown
Instagram.
in, right?
Yeah. That. Coming back to your content, see, when you started back creating content on YouTube, I used to watch your videos since before. If you all don't know, I knew Dhruva from a very long time, right? So back then you were creating chill campus life vlogs, how life in a day is, certain vlogs and all these things. Now you have transitioned to someone who inspires thousands of students, if not thousands, hundreds of students through bits throughout the world, throughout India, right? How did that transition happen?
Okay. So like when I joined college, I really liked YouTube.
Okay.
I have actually started my YouTube channel when I was in when it was 2016, 2017. If you go to my channel, it started in like 10 years ago.
Mhm.
So I used to make videos around serendipity,
Okay, art festival.
yeah, Arts Fest, IFI, all of that. But I never really got time due to preparation.
Hmm.
And 10th standard, 11th standard, 12th standard was really hectic.
Yeah.
But I was within my mind really sure that once I get into college, I need to start creating content again.
Hmm.
So it all started with, I was like, क्या बनाए? क्या ही बना सकता हूँ मैं? I'm not an expert in anything. I'm just a 16, 17-year-old kid. And I was like, okay, why not just make videos around my life at Bits? My life at Bits was really happening. There was a lot of things happening at Bits every single week.
Yeah.
So sometimes there would be a concert, sometimes there would be some entrepreneur coming to give a talk. I thought, why not just make videos around this? And I started doing that. So that got really good traction because a lot of people aspire to join Bits just like I did earlier. So they would search up for Bits Go and my channel would pop up.
Yeah.
But with time, what happened is that I figured out that I prefer to be an entrepreneur. I want to start something of my own.
Mhm.
I don't want to, content creation is great. I love it, but it's not something I want to do primarily.
Okay.
I would enjoy it in my leisure time.
Okay.
It's something that gives me like peace of mind.
I see.
But primarily what I love is adding value through a product or through some or the other thing that I can provide. So that's why I started to channelize my energy more towards entrepreneurship.
Hmm.
That is eventually how Phodu Club happened. But before that, I had one or two ideas which failed in college.
But I mean, businesses do fail.
Yeah.
And I guarantee that those failures must have helped you to build Phodu Club or shape who you are right now.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, when people join colleges, when students, they are new to colleges, everyone wants to create content, but they have this one fear that what if my college people come to know? I mean, they're gonna make fun, make memes on me, share my videos on group chats, make fun on me. What would you tell someone? Because in my college, I've seen many students. I'm one of them, right? But I don't really care about what others think. But I've seen many creators who want to create content. They want to do live streaming, but then they are also afraid of what other people would say. Would it affect their image in college? What would you like to say to students like that?
See, I think that when you are trying to do anything which is even slightly unconventional, you are definitely going to get the wrong eyes. It could be from your peers, it could be from your profs, it could be from your own relatives, it could come from anywhere. There was once a poll done who is the most hated YouTuber in Bitskoa.
Okay. What's his name?
50% people voted for me.
Okay, there was a poll done.
Yeah. Okay. So that's when I came to know that if you try to do something beyond just being the normal, you're all obviously going to get the wrong eyes. But then at that point of time when I was in second year, it was really hard to digest and Phodu Club was just coming up. Nobody really knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to say is that in the long run, in the grand spectrum of things, if you want to do anything that is beyond normal, you're going to get the wrong eyes. And people are definitely going to see you in a negative way. So if that is what is stopping you, then don't stop because there's much bigger things out there.
And I honestly feel that college people, they won't even remember you after the 4 years are done. So there's no point in stopping them. Because what do you think on college life being the most free time or the most, let's say, the most creative phase of your life? Because you can do anything and you can fail in your college life and it won't matter that much. But if you're doing a job, if you have responsibilities on yourself, and then you try to do something new and you fail, that's when it hurts, and it actually put in some bad effects or damages to maybe your finances, maybe your relations or anything. So
that's why I tell any junior, like I'm in 5th year right now, and I'll be graduating this year, doing a dual degree.
Okay.
So क्या होता है कि whenever any first year, second year, they ask me a doubt on WhatsApp or call पे, they're like कि क्या करे भैया, मतलब how can we make the most out of college life?
Yeah.
So obviously they don't know कि when I started I was nothing in second year. Now when they are in second year, I have like done this thing for 3 years, so I have achieved some level of growth. And I just tell them one thing, that college is an open playground. The more you fail, the better. Because once you're done with college, you don't have that opportunity to fail.
Correct.
When you are a college student, people don't expect much from you. Your parents just want you to get decent grades. Your profs just want you to attend class. But once you're done with college, people like your parents would want you to, I don't know,
make money,
make a living, make good money, get settled, get married, have kids. I don't know. There are so many expectations that are coming ek karke, which you don't have. There are no liabilities when you're in college. So why just not leverage that? So try as much stuff as you can in college, fail as much as you can, because iske baad the failing will be slightly difficult.
I agree with that. Coming back to bits, one thing I wanted to talk for a long time is the zero attendance policy. Okay. So in my college, I won't take the name, but in my college, what they have done is if you have below 75% attendance, they won't let you answer your internals. Right. Now, BITS has 0% attendance. How does a student function? What I think is, if there is a student and he's given 0% attendance policy, he would hardly be in the classes. But then I also think that students in BITS, they study so much, they have such good CGPAs and all that. I feel they do know the value of attending classes, and this 0% attendance rule is just an easy thing for them, like to take things lightly. But deep down, everyone know कि हाँ ये बैठेगा क्लास में, ये बच्चे बैठेंगे क्लास में, क्योंकि they know what they have to do. So tell me something more about it.
I think I need to shed some light on what this entire attendance policy is.
Sure.
See, firstly, there is no official rule called as 0% attendance policy.
Okay.
It's a marketing term used by BITS. I mean, BITS would never officially say there's 0% attendance. The idea is you don't need attendance to write exams. So like you said, you need 75% or you will not be allowed to sit for the exam. In this, there's no minimum rule. You can sit for the exam if you have 100% or 0% attendance.
Okay.
फर्क नहीं पड़ता. So जब तुम एग्जाम देने जाते हो, कोई चेक नहीं करता कि तुम्हारी क्लास में अटेंडेंस कितनी है. तुम जाके लिख के आ जाओ, you are graded equally, just like a normal person. Now the thing is that why does this policy exist? It's primarily because when BITS was started, it was started with the curriculum that MIT follows, Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Boston. So not in Boston. It's in Massachusetts, US. So they were the ones who like started giving lenient attendance policies to just let the student get freedom when it comes to their time management.
Yeah.
And I mean, Birla's had this belief that if someone has worked really, really hard to get into a college like BITS, that person knows how to manage their time.
Exactly.
अगर उसने physics, chemistry, maths अपनी life अपने आप को manage किया है 11th, 12th में, तो after that phase of his life or her life, if you give them the freedom, they will be the owner of their own time.
I see. But अच्छी बात है ना वो.
Overall अच्छी बात है. बहुत सारे लोग misuse करते हैं. Even I have misused it to some extent. A lot of times क्या होता है कि see, if you're not going to class, you should be doing something better.
I agree.
Either you should be, I don't know, working on something. It could also be sleeping. हो सकता है कि you work at night. You can use the attendance policy for your own benefit. If you work at night, you can sleep. Sleeping is also important.
I agree.
Sleep is very underrated, by the way. I don't think college students will understand that. But if you're watching Netflix, if you're going to watch Dhurandhar in that time, then that's not right. You should be aware about where your time is going. So as long as you know where your time is going, that's what matters. But yeah, overall, I think if someone makes a good use of 0%, like a lenient attendance policy, then it's very, very beneficial. It has helped hundreds of students build multi-crore companies when they're in college.
I see. So, see the person you are right now. Like 4 years ago, you weren't the same person. You were on the path to become the same person. Now, when you got into the college, when you met people around it, what is that one incident, or if you have any story to share that helped you shape your life that way, or that one realization point when you realized ki I have to make it big in my life, otherwise there's nothing.
I think it's a combination of many interactions that I had. Okay, so क्या होता है ना, in every college you meet multiple types of people.
Yeah.
For someone getting a job is a really big deal.
Okay.
कि मतलब graduate होते समय मुझे placement चाहिए. That is a very big deal. But there are some people जिनके लिए it is the least deal.
Okay.
यार like यार placement तो मिल ही जाएगी, bits में हूँ मैं. कुछ बड़ा करते हैं. Let's do something bigger. I'll get a job very easily. Like 8-10 lakhs per annum is nothing if you are a student from bits. वो तो मिल ही जाएगा. अगर इतना safe net है, कुछ बड़ा करते हैं. Fail हो गए तो आ जाएंगे. So there are many types of people that I met at bits.
दूसरों का best case scenario is your worst case scenario.
Yeah. So अब मेरे दिमाग में कभी था नहीं of getting a placement even when I joined college. Not because I come from an affluent background. It's the normal upper middle class background, but because I knew that doing a job is not for me. So first year of college के first semester में ही मुझे mentally पता था कि I gotta do something by myself, for myself, because I will mostly not be able to do a job. I'm not really made for the corporate world. That's what I got to know because my dad is in corporate since a lot of time, since like 30 years. So
Okay.
I've seen his life. I'm like, I cannot do this. No,
Okay.
I need to do something else for myself. So when I started meeting seniors from BITS who are entrepreneurs, Harish Uday Kumar, founder of Blue Learn, now building Fest. There were a few on-campus folks like Daksh and some other people like Ishan Sharma, if you know.
Yeah, I know
Sort of
Ishan
them.
Sharma.
So when I started interacting with them, his co-founder Saransh, I got to know that the world of entrepreneurs is really different, especially when you're in college. You are in a very different mindset altogether. And when I got to know how these people think, I was like, it's a really nice bar to have for yourself. Like I had an interaction with Harish where he was graduating from college, and I was like, so what are you going to do now? Like, are you going to continue building Blue Learn, or are you going to do an MBA? What are you planning to do? He said, Dhruv, why would I do an MBA? I can hire an MBA grad. Why should I spend so much time, crack CAT, go to, I don't know, a good college? After 2 years, I graduate and then I know CAT. इससे अच्छा मैं 2 साल अपने बचा लेता हूँ. I hire a really talented MBA grad. Funding तो है ही कंपनी में. So that changed my entire perspective. I was like, this guy is thinking in a different realm altogether. कहाँ हम लोग एक जॉब के बारे में सोच रहे हैं, कहाँ I'm thinking about how to get a good grade, and this guy is having different problems in his life.
Good problems.
So that's when I was like, I need to have such problems in my life.
I see.
And for that, I need to change my mindset. ऐसा था.
See, you told जब हम कॉलेज में होते हैं, our perspective towards entrepreneurship is completely different as compared to जब हम कॉलेज में नहीं होते, when we have graduated the college, right? How is it better? Which one is better? First of all, is the mindset that you have in college or the mindset you have afterwards? Because in college, as you said, we have a safety net, so we tend to get lazy, right? कि अरे यार ये काम नहीं किया तो at least job तो मिल ही जाएगा, chill है. But when you don't have a safety net, you're a different person. You're a completely different person. You have to make it off. You roll a dice, you have to get a 6, right? You're a different person when you have no safety net.
Right.
What do you think is better, ambition-wise and success ratio-wise? What do you think is better, like the college entrepreneur life or the after-college entrepreneur life?
I mean, I have a very diplomatic answer for this, to be honest, because I've seen both the cases do very well.
I see.
I think that it really depends on the person. Sometimes क्या होता है कि when you are in college, you have less experience. So you are like, I don't have enough exposure and experience to build something.
Okay.
So you're like, let me just get some work X. Let me do some internships. Let me do some jobs. After I work somewhere for 5 years, then I have the right experience and I know how organizations work to do better. But on the other hand, there are some people जो कि बोलते हैं कि नहीं यार मतलब मैं कर लूँगा. I will figure it out on the way. So it depends on what type of a person you are. Say I am the second kind of a person. I was like, मैं कहाँ इतना मतलब एक internship करूँ, ये करूँ, वो करूँ. If I have an idea, if I do have an idea, why not just work on it and learn along the way? If I don't have an idea, it's a different thing. Okay. Then so it's like you can't stop. Just because you don't have an idea, you can just be like, चलो ठीक है, tight लेते हैं, कुछ नहीं करते. In that case, you need to start working. You say, in my college, in second semester, I used to get roasted because I was from one of the lowest cutoff branches. Okay. So, but at the same time, in my batch, hardly 1 to 2% people were doing an internship in second semester.
And you were one of them?
I was one of them. And I was doing a paid internship in second semester.
Okay. Second semester, so still in the first year.
Nobody in my campus, I don't know anyone who was doing an internship at that point of time. Okay. So when I did that, and it was in a seniors startup, that senior is also from BITS Goa. Okay. I worked there for 1 year. I learned a lot. And that eventually led to Phodu Club.
I see.
So because I knew that I need to get things done faster, I started my entire process earlier. लोग internships third year में लेते हैं generally. मैंने सोचा कि मैं first year में करता हूँ. So it really depends. To come back to your answer, it really depends on the type of individual you are. I would advise, I think that देखो यार, you never know how life will go in the future. So if you have now, make the most out of now. Start now. If you're in college, if someone is watching this in third year or second year, don't wait for you to graduate or just be outside the campus. Start. There are no excuses.
Exactly.
There's a company called Pixel from BITS Pilani campus.
Okay.
They build satellites. They started when they were in fourth year of college. It's a $300 million company.
That's crazy.
They have 3 satellites in the atmosphere revolving around Earth. And they are 25 years old.
I mean, that's insane. Like at this age, if you're launching satellites. I mean, that's what I love about BITS. The startup culture over there is very good. As far as I've heard, I've never been to Quarks. I want to attend a Quarks event. This time I was a bit busy. So, yeah.
No, I think that regardless of the college you're in, I'm pretty sure that this video will be watched by students from across the country in so many different colleges. I think ultimately it boils down to your mindset. अगर तुम्हें fight मार के करना है तो तुम कर ही लोगे. If you were to think about how many people from your college have run a podcast?
Nobody.
So you are the first one, right?
Yeah.
But why are you doing it? Because you're like, I have to get it done.
Vibes.
You're like, I need to get it done, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have an inspiration from seniors in college, but you're doing it.
That was actually my next question. So it was a lot of students, they go to tier 2, tier 3 colleges, tier 2, tier 3, I'm sorry. And then they tend to think कि इस college से क्या ही होगा. मतलब I won't take this seriously. Even if I start a business over here, it won't work because people over here are not good. They have tons of excuses. According to you, does having a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 college puts you in an advantage? I mean, it definitely does, but can I build the same level of brand as you by being in a tier 3 college while you're in a tier 1 college?
So being in a tier 1 college does have advantages. Advantages like being in a good environment, having access to better alumni network, and in general getting more social status.
Yeah.
If 2 people, let's say one from IITs or BITS, someone from tier 3 college, go to an investor, the investor would have more faith in the
tier 1 college.
Tier 1 college idea.
But that is there. See, tier 1 has its weight. Because agar itne mehnat se you're going to the college, you need to get something in return. But what I wanted to ask is that if I want to start something, let's say if I want to start Phodu Club. Now you're starting Phodu Club from BITS. I'm starting Phodu Club from my college. Do you think I can reach the same level as you if I have the same idea and the same determination to put into it?
In the case of Phodu Club, no. Because we are providing stuff that is relevant for BITSAT.
Okay.
But if you are in an idea, let's say if you're making protein powder or if you're making shoes,
okay,
doesn't matter from which college you are.
Yeah.
Or if you're making a t-shirt, if someone from IIT Delhi has the same level of opportunity for someone who is from tier 3 college. It's about how much do you actually
care to put
care and
into
how faster do you execute.
it.
But the one advantage IIT Delhi guy would have is that more connections.
More connections, definitely.
He
The
can-
network over there.
Yeah, एक overnight में he can reach out to his network. जहाँ पे there will be someone who is a manufacturer in Tirupur, someone who is a marketer in Ahmedabad, someone who does cloth coloring in Kolkata in one night. That's
a good thing about tier 1 colleges.
that's the leverage you can get.
Okay.
But yeah, I think as a founder, if someone comes to me asking for a role, asking for a job, any opportunity, I will barely ask them which college they are from. I just care about how good are they at what they do. So if their skills and if their work speaks for them, I don't think it matters from where they are.
Do you believe in speed when it comes to business?
Yeah. You have to be fast.
You have to be fast, right? A lot of people think when they start something, they have to be perfect. Let's say if they're starting YouTube, if they want to create videos, they want it to be perfect. Otherwise, they'll scrap the video. But perfection requires time.
Yeah.
And if you're going to act fast, there are going to be a little bit of imperfections in your final product.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would you like to say to people who think like that?
I think it really depends on the line of business, to be honest. I mean, let's say you are building anything that is related to healthcare or consumption, like if you're making
Healthcare is a very good example.
yeah, anything. Us case mein you should be fast, but you need to also comply
perfect.
with the perfection because people are going to indulge in your product. They're going to eat it. They're going to consume it.
Yeah,
You cannot afford to be imperfect when it comes to someone else's life.
exactly.
But let's say you're making, I don't know, if you're making an online course or if you're making a pair of slippers, you can afford to be slightly imperfect here and there and prioritize speed over execution, over perfection. Overall, I think that आजकल की generation में speed matters more because life is very fast.
Very fast.
You were working on an idea, there are a dozen people working on this idea around the world.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Who wins is who executes faster.
Faster. And I also feel that being disciplined in this field, may it be business field or content field, is very important because there are going to be several years where you won't see anything. But then there's going to be just 1 month where everything changes. So there's this one quote that I read that success comes overnight, but it takes thousands of sleepless nights to reach to that one night.
Yep.
Right? So discipline is very important. I believe in discipline more than motivation. I want to know from you, do you think discipline is something that a person builds or it is something that is just stacked upon you because your responsibilities and the stakes get higher?
So for me, how it has worked out is that I'm a very lazy person in terms of at my core. I'm a Sushagad Goekar
Same.
at my very core. So आराम से सोना, आराम से उठना, have really good fish curry rice, take an afternoon nap, and that kind of a person. Okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when I started Phodu Club, I got to know that this is something that I actually like, and my temporary motivation suddenly turned into constant discipline. It was something that I found worth waking up for. If I sleep at 3 a.m., when we launched Phodu Club, I would sleep at 4 a.m.
Okay.
and I would wake up at 9 a.m.
Okay.
or even 8 a.m. 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep. But I'm awake. Why am I awake? Because I'm like, some customer will call me, some parent will call me. I need to be there for them. So discipline is very important, but it wouldn't come until you are extremely serious about anything. So if someone is able to bring discipline in them naturally, then they are geniuses. I mean, awesome. It will somewhat or other benefit your life.
Yeah.
But I am not someone जिसके अंदर naturally discipline था बहुत ज़्यादा. But when I found the passion to do the right things, it came in. So like 11th standard, I was very lazy. 12th, I got to know that I need to work hard and crack a good college. So automatically that thing hit me. For 1 year, I was really disciplined with my entire academics.
So that realization was very strong.
So after I was done with 12th, I was like, I'm done with academics. I don't want to do academics anymore.
Okay.
So when I went to college, I was like, I need to find something else to be disciplined about. So then my academics in college was not that good. But the thing that I wanted to do, usme I tried to be as much consistent, as disciplined, as dedicated as possible.
Walk me through a day in your life when you launched Phodu Club, when it was the first week or the second week of Phodu Club. Walk me through the day of your life. I want to hear how it looked like.
April 2023.
Okay.
This was the month when we were going to launch Phodu Club.
Okay.
In fact, on 16th April this year, it will be 3 years of launch.
Damn.
So we were really confused whether we should do it or should not do it.
Okay.
Because it was like we already had a lot on our plate. I was a dual degree student, and academics is really heavy for someone who's doing 2 degrees at the same time.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there was some amount of expectations from parents कि भाई मतलब पहले 3 सेमेस्टर में CGPA इतनी अच्छी नहीं है.
Okay.
तो पढ़ाई कर लो, try to pull it up and try to get a decent CGPA. But I was like, yeah, कर लेते हैं ना. Let's see what happens. क्या ही सोचना है इतना. करके देखते हैं. How is life like? सबसे पहले तो we figured out that people are demanding for a product in our free community. So just a little bit of context. Through this YouTube channel that I was running, I was like, people are asking me a lot of doubts around BitSat.
Okay.
So why not just create a free group?
Yeah.
I created a free WhatsApp group and I added some of my hostel ke friends.
Numbers, okay.
I told them, yeah, dekho, there are some 12th standard ke kids. They will ask you doubts. Just answer them, kabhi bhi free ho. We're like, okay. 1.5, 2 months, 800 people joined in free group.
Okay.
And we were like, oh damn, 800 people, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
They were like, Dhruv, तुमने तो बताया नहीं था यार इतना responsibility आ जाएगा. हमको लगा था 10-15 बच्चे होंगे. तो then my batchmate Kushal comes to me. He's like कि कुछ बच्चे बोल रहे हैं कि उनको BitSat test series चाहिए. And I was like, oh, why? मतलब aren't there test series in there? Isn't there coaching providing them with test series? Kushal was like, no, apparently not. April में we were like, चलो बनाते हैं test series, ठीक है. So any academic product, there are 2 parts. Product which consists of academics, questions, वो सब. दूसरा is everything apart from it, operations and marketing.
Yeah.
So I'll just tell you one random day.
Sure.
The day would start at 12 a.m. Okay. At night. I still remember the time when I was designing the logo of Phodu Club on Canva. I got done at 4 a.m. on my bed. I'm in hostel.
Okay.
I sent a screenshot to Kushal. I was like, what do you think about this? Does it look like a good logo for us? And I would sleep. I woke up at 9 a.m. because I had a lab to attend.
Okay.
He was like, yeah, the color scheme looks good. Everything looks good. But the name is not that good. It was not called Phodu Club back then.
Okay. What was it called?
It was supposed to be called something that has bits with it, like Bitspire,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Because in Bits, there's a culture of naming things around the
word bits. Okay.
It was like, now itna acha nahi hai yaar. So then I went to the lab. मेरी एक lab थी bio की. 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Okay.
I have a friend. His name is Aditya. He's from Goa, Katalegaon, but he was my batchmate. Same class. So I was like, yaar, Adi, we need to think of a name. You know, this Bits I think is not really catchy. We need to make something really big. So we figured out कि यार मतलब Phodu नाम बहुत यूज करते हैं in engineering colleges.
अच्छा.
इसने प्लेसमेंट फोड़ दिया यार, इसने इंटर्नशिप फोड़ दिया यार, इसने देखो इतने अच्छा, he got a really good grade, CG फोड़ दिया. It's like फोड़ दिया is a very good slang. Why not use the word Phodu, because it's very common in engineering, very random. And I was like, we want to make a community.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking of what domain could be around community, and the word club came to me. So the .club was decided पहले से ही.
अच्छा.
The question was what .club. 12 PM तक 2 नाम सामने आए, फोड़ा और फोडू. GoDaddy पे गया, चेक किया क्या अवेलेबल है. दोनों अवेलेबल था. By 1 PM I told Kushal कि देखो फोडू and फोड़ा दोनों अवेलेबल है. Let's ask our parents what they think about it.
Okay.
Both of the parents said that Phodu.club sounds better.
Yeah, it does. Phodu Club would have been bad.
By 5 PM, name is decided. Logo is finalized.
Yeah.
And in that meantime, Kushal was working on the academic product. So I was preparing for logo, branding, website, everything. And he was planning for test series बनाने के लिए questions कैसे करने हैं. So this was pre-launch.
Okay.
When we launched, On 16th April, we went public. First day, we hardly got any customers. उस समय पे a day would look like सुबह उठो around 10-11 o'clock.
Yeah.
First 3 classes of the day are gone. वो तो skip ही हो गए, उनको तो गिने मत. After waking up, there would be some student asking doubts in the group, in the WhatsApp community. Every day we would have doubts. So उस समय पे कोई था नहीं senior. I was the senior. So I would ask the doubts if I have. मान लो किसी ने mathematics के बारे में doubt पूछा.
Okay.
MSc Maths. मुझे नहीं पता ना MSc Maths में क्या है. Because मैं नहीं हूँ MSc Maths. I would ask my friend Amog, MSc Maths का curriculum बता. I would send it in the group. तो ये करके I would resolve all queries. It would take hours and hours of time. Sometimes students would call. That call would go on for an hour.
Okay.
They would call कि कैसे preparation करें. Should I take this or should I do that? Should I consider JEE or with SAT जो भी है. ये करते करते it would become evening most of the times. Lunch would be at 3 o'clock के around. तो evening हो गई. Every day कोई ना कोई class होती थी that I had to attend because of some attendance rule. So 4 p.m. को class होती थी generally which I used to attend.
Okay.
4 to 5 p.m. I would attend that, come back. 5 to 6:30 was the time when we used to shoot videos because धूप कम होती है. Lighting is perfect.
Golden hour.
1.5 hour shoot video. 6 o'clock तक perfect होती है and then slowly it starts.
Yeah, it starts to get up.
6:45, 6:30 तक maximum we would shoot. Go back, edit those videos. We did not have any editors. Edit those videos, post.
Okay.
फिर रात को again student queries, customer ये कैसे और बड़ा कर सकते हैं, क्या कर सकते हैं.
How much time did it take you to get your first customer?
First customer, it did not take a lot of time because we had a free community plus we had a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So there were hundreds of people who already have trust. Because a free community where you already know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
First customer I think came in the first 2 hours.
Okay.
Not that bad.
Quite decent, right?
Yes.
And by when did you like realize ki okay, this is now taking traction? Like how much time did it take for you to realize that Phodu Club is now going to be something good? Like it's going to be a very nice community among people out there that students will personally trust.
I think in 1 week we got to know that it can be something.
Okay.
Something would mean for good enough for us to give time to it.
I see.
Unlike before when we were like not sure about it. It made more sense to give it time than to attend a class. As I said earlier.
How did you meet Kushal? Kushal, right? How did you meet him? He's your co-founder, I think.
Kushal Sarkar, he is my batchmate and a friend. And then he's my co-founder.
Okay.
So
yeah.
When I met him in an online session, so we have a club called Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership, CEL, CEL Betskoa.
Okay.
It's an entrepreneurship club.
Yeah. E-Cell, right?
Yeah. It's called CEL. I don't know.
It's called CEL. Okay.
People have something. They're like,
it's called E-Cell.
हम लोग E-Cell नहीं, हम लोग CEL है थोड़ा.
Okay.
So we had an online pitch event because it was COVID. So it was like club की onboarding चल रही है students की, and the task is you have to pitch an idea. So the senior said कि I want one student to pitch to everyone.
Okay.
And that student was Kushal.
Okay.
And I was like, why is this guy pitching to everyone? Even my pitch was good.
Yeah.
But turns out Kushal had 70,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Right now he has around 120k something.
180.
180k.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, what? There is a YouTuber in my batch. And as someone who likes YouTube, I was like, damn, it's nice to know. So then when I went to campus, in the first 1 or 2 months, a silver play button came.
Okay.
And we had a party because of a silver play button. That's where I met him. And everyone would treat him like a god. They would be like, "Bhai, ye to bahut bada aadmi hai, bhai, 1 lakh subscriber hai iske." But I never treated him differently. I was like, he's just a good guy. I'm not looking at him as a YouTuber. I'm looking at him as a good guy. So we started becoming really good friends. And we started discussing about YouTube, about life in general, what we want to do. And we realized that both of us are quite similar in terms of thinking. When it comes to money, when it comes to values, when it comes to behavior, we're quite similar.
Yeah.
So then we started to like grow closer to each other.
Okay.
So second year tak aate we became really good friends.
So that's a good thing, no? Having a YouTuber as a friend.
Yeah.
It would have been.
There's a time when he spent 1 week in my room.
Okay.
You just sleep on the
Tell
same
me
bed.
something about Bits ka hostel life. I was about to ask some other question, but yeah, let's keep that aside. Tell me about Bits ka hostel life. How is it? Like, is it very good? Is it just mediocre like every other hostel, or is it like completely different?
It completely depends on your wing. It's like wing is basically the set of people who live around you.
Okay.
If the set of people who live around you are fun, then you will automatically have
fun.
a happening life. If they are not, and if you haven't found any friends that are like you, then it's going to be a very lonely and a very secluded life. So first year mein, there are dual sharing rooms. Two students living in one room.
Okay.
So your roommate you cannot choose, randomly allotted by the college. And my roommate was from Bangalore.
Okay.
But I met some other friends who were living like मेरे opposite आसपास from all parts of the country. So Bangalore, Dehradun, Gondia, Maharashtra, Nanded, Maharashtra, Nagpur, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Delhi, all the. In 2 months, I came to know कि भाई हर एक जगह में lifestyle कैसी है. We used to have so much fun. We would cook Maggie at night in the hostel room in the kettle. We would sometimes turn एक दूसरे की light off and run away. We would throw water at each other कभी-कभी होली के टाइम पे होली के मान से. We would draw something on the wall of someone else's room. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. But then we would basically have a lot of fun. We would play cricket. बहुत सारी बच्चों होती थी.
So looking back at your college life, including your business, including you starting Phodu Club, including you interacting with people and everything you did for you to be here right now, what do you think is the one thing that you did right that others do wrong?
Oh. I have to give it a thought.
Sure, take your time.
I think most people are very dependent on their surroundings to figure out what they want to do. It's something that should come from within you. अगर तुम्हारे आसपास वाले X चीज करना चाहते हैं, it need not be the thing for you, and you'll end up in a rut if you do it for too long. So it's better to seclude yourself from people who don't feel the way you feel.
Okay.
And just keep putting energy towards what you want to do.
Did you ever feel like being left out because you had different goals and different dreams as compared to the other group you were with?
Yeah, almost every day.
And how did you deal with that?
It's really tough to deal with it. If I were to think about my days in college 2 years ago, it's extremely difficult as a college student to manage a company at a certain scale, as well as deal with, being the only guy in the group doing this.
Yeah.
But I think that you have to sacrifice.
Definitely.
If you don't sacrifice something that you actually want, then what you want becomes a sacrifice.
I agree.
So I had two options, and at that point of time, I was like, should I protect myself and do what I like, or should I just go in the
Other
direction? And I decided to stay with my current.
That's definitely the best option we could have choose. But the thing is that once you start to put in that level of, let's say, dedication and madness towards what you want to do in your dreams, people around you get used to it.
Yeah.
And there is eventually a time when they realize कि मुझे भी ऐसा कुछ करना चाहिए था. Like I also want what he does. Like I also want a life like his. After you have somewhat made it, they all respect you, your journey. And once you're in that journey, once you're going through all those rough phases of your life, people tend to make fun of you. But then once you just cracked it, and once you're on that pinnacle of success, that's when people realize कि अरे ये तो मेरा दोस्त है, मेरे साथ बैठता था ये class में. So yeah, time changes. So that's a very good thing.
It has, and that feels really different, to be honest. I actively know the names of people who once upon a time made fun of me.
Yeah.
But when they were done with college, they would ask me for an internship, or they would ask me for if I know anyone in my connections who can give them a job. Or yeah, I mean, it happens actively. I think it's a good feeling, but more power to them. I hope they make the best out of their life.
No hate to anyone.
Yeah.
So when you're making decisions, now of course at this phase you have to think a lot before making decisions. When you start a business, you can just like choose any logo. When I was starting this podcast, I created a shit trailer and I posted it because those were the decisions I could have made without having any bad sides to it. But now once you've started to build something, every single decision requires a lot of thought,
Yeah.
right? So I want to know from you, when you make decision, are you more of a well-structured pros and cons nikal ke decision lene wala person, or you are a very intuition-driven person? Like if I want to do this, मेरे को बस अंदर से चलेगी नहीं मेरे को ये करना है, so मैं ये करूँगा. What kind of person are you, and what do you recommend?
So initially, I think as a founder, as any कुछ भी हो, when you're doing something for yourself or for anyone else, obviously the primary thought is coming from the gut. So I think अगर gut feeling को कोई specific direction में लेके जाना है चीज़ों को, तो उसको ऐसे ही करो, है ना, unless and until it's very sensitive or things could go the wrong way.
Yeah.
But a lot of, like, at this stage in the company, what we do is we do make a pros and cons list because a lot of people are involved. So there are students involved, students के parents होते हैं, हमारी team के members हैं, फिर a lot of cases CA is involved, company secretary is involved.
So you are answerable to them.
Yeah, I'm answerable to a lot of people. So I have to ensure that majority of the people, or like almost all of them, are getting what they want. So pros and cons की list अगर बनती है, उसके बाद clearly I come to know कि क्या better decision है company के लिए.
Correct.
So the goal is not to satisfy my needs, it is to satisfy the needs of the other people.
Yeah.
The customer base, the user base, जो भी.
Correct.
So ऐसा नहीं है कि यार मतलब मुझे ऐसा करना है तो ऐसा ही होना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं है. There shouldn't be any ego coming in the middle. You are nothing. You don't matter much as the end user does. So always think from their point of view. जैसे मान लो तुम वीडियो बना रहे हो, ये पॉडकास्ट बन रहा है, तुम्हें जो फील होता है in this podcast, that matters second. What matters first is what value can the viewer get from it.
Yeah. So, I agree. But don't you feel a little bit of ego is necessary?
It is.
It is.
Because sometimes क्या होता है कि challenges are the things that take you forward. We want to do an all India BitChat mock test in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
So like we want to do a free mock test जिसमें any student from any part of the country can register and experience how BitChat actually feels like. Because it is a very unpredictable exam and कोई previous year paper release नहीं करता bits.
I've seen there are a little bit of like out of the box questions asked. I guess आपका ही reel देखा था मैंने. Yeah.
So we want to do an all India mock. Now the thing is, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
We've never done it. Imagine 10,000 people concurrently answering a mock test on a platform. The amount of load, the amount of tech, the amount of ops you require to carry it. इसको अगर तुम ego पे नहीं लोगे तो तुम courageously नहीं कर पाओगे.
Correct.
तो ego is definitely required, but वही है कि like you should ultimately think about what's the better decision to take for the end consumer.
You should have the sense of realization कि कब वो ego खराब way में चला.
एक border line होती है वो.
एक border
You need to understand कि at what point of time the ego should matter more. See, there are a lot of decisions that Kushal and I take which are ego primary.
Okay.
But they are very very direction centric.
Okay.
जैसे मान लो for example there is something which we feel is not right ethically for us to. अब हम दोनों का ego ऐसा है कि ethically right नहीं है तो नहीं करना चाहिए कुछ भी हो जाए. मेरा ego ऐसा ही है. This is how I am. I don't want to do something that is wrong.
Okay.
A lot of companies do wrong things.
Yeah.
So we have that. So that उस चीज में ego आना जरूरी है. But let's say someone has messaged me, emailed me कि I am suffering from a health issue or my parent is suffering from a health issue. Can I please get this book for free or can I get some discount on it? वहाँ पे ego नहीं आना चाहिए.
Correct.
This you should be like कि ठीक है चलेगा, I can do it. So that decision, वो decision बनाने के लिए कि should I give them or not, even when you're teaching your company members, कि obviously your company teammates are learning from you.
Correct.
How you deal with people, they deal with people.
Correct.
So that's what changes. They are like कि ठीक है, ध्रुवा has made a decision कि अगर कोई ऐसा ईमेल करता है then we don't think about it in terms of revenue, in terms of ego नहीं सोचते हम लोग कि हमारी कंपनी की वर्थ कम हो जाएगी, नहीं, think of it in a different direction कि उसका भला होगा, उसका भला होगा, वो अच्छा
और
बन
लोग को
जाएगा,
बोलेगा,
वो अच्छा अपने बारे में और बोलेगा,
it's gonna come back to you.
yeah, even if it doesn't matter, it will in some way come back, but if it doesn't, it's okay. We have one person who loves us. That's what matters more.
That's crazy. What do you think young people overthink about a lot in these days? Status.
People worry about status when they have none.
Okay. But don't you feel... Okay, can you elaborate a little bit on status? I don't want to like take it in a wrong way.
Status मतलब यार एक थर्ड ईयर का बंदा सोच रहा है कि मैं ये करूँगा वो करूँगा तो लोग मेरे बारे में ऐसा सोचेंगे. People will judge me this way. My I don't know, schoolmate will message me saying कि तू क्या कर रहा है. They think that they have a lot of attention and status in society, but they don't. No one really cares.
Okay.
If you like, I used to think that कि भाई मेरे इस एक डिसीजन से 100 लोग मेरे बारे में सोचेंगे. कोई नहीं सोचता. Correct. मे बी 1 मिनट के लिए सोचेंगे फिर भूल जाएंगे. सबकी लाइफ में अपनी अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, अपने अपने सिचुएशंस हैं, सब लोग बिजी हैं भाई.
Everyone is busy, I agree.
So I think आजकल की जनरेशन is busy thinking about what others will think about them.
Yeah.
That is basically they want to maintain their status. They're like कि मैं इस टाइप का स्टेटमेंट बोलूंगा तो मुझे उस टाइप का रिएक्शन आएगा. ये सब चीजें मत सोचो, काम करो भाई, मेन काम पे फोकस करो. That's what matters more.
Okay.
Kunal Shah said this. Kunal Shah, the founder of Cred. Actually, Cred.club is from where I got inspired by Phodu.club. Okay. So he said that today's generation is worried about status when they have none. पहले स्टेटस बनाओ तो सही.
करेक्ट.
रिस्पेक्ट लाओ पहले, फिर उसको हटाने का सोचो ना. रिस्पेक्ट है ही 0 तो तुम हटाने का पहले से कैसे सोच रहे हो?
I agree. So young people overthink a lot about status and what other people think about them. And what is something that they underthink about?
The actual value. People are worried about valuation, but the actual game is about value addition.
Exactly.
मतलब सब लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं कि मेरी कंपनी की वैल्यूएशन उतनी है, या फिर मैंने इतने फंड्स रेज किए हैं, मैंने वो चीजें करी. Everyone is after these terms, the terms which bring them in headlines on, I don't know, your story or Shark Tank, कुछ भी. But ultimately, at the core, as an entrepreneur, what matters is what value are you adding
to the society, to the world,
to the end consumer. World तो बहुत दूर की बात हो गई. If you are, let's say, doing Phodu Club, are you providing the value that the student needs to get into BITS Pilani, get into JEE का college, get into IIIT? If that's what you're doing, you are fulfilling your duty.
I see.
वहाँ पे valuation का point ही नहीं है. I think people underthink about the important parts of a business, that is core part of a business. That is, you need to think about, are you actually delivering or not?
Exactly.
सबको बैलेंस शीट में वैल्यूएशन चाहिए, उनको रेवेन्यू नहीं चाहिए.
Correct. That's actually a very good thing. People don't think about value addition in this world. People only think, I totally agree with whatever you said.
People do think, but very few. उनको भाव नहीं मिलता बहुत ज़्यादा दुनिया.
हाँ, exactly. उनको भाव नहीं मिलता, और प्लस लोगों को लगता है कि क्या बात कर रहे हैं तू, सब लोग वैल्यूएशन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, तू कहाँ वैल्यू एडिशन पे आ गया. So yeah, I agree with that.
When I went to Bangalore, I was in a founders meetup. वहाँ पे, have you heard of Cult Fit?
Cult Fit. Okay, I have no idea.
Myntra सुना ही होगा. There's one guy called Mukesh Bansal. He's the founder of both of his companies. He had come to give a talk.
Okay.
Bangalore में. So after the talk, there were obviously many founders जो ऐसे एक दूसरे के बात कर रहे थे. So I was talking to them, and then they were like, how are you using AI in your company? So I told them कि अभी start कर रहे हैं, just use करना, अभी recently तो आया है. So then one investor came and she was like, guys, if you're using AI in your company, let me know. I am a Series A investor and we invest in companies using AI.
Okay.
So I was like, so if any company says anything about AI, will you invest in them? I was like, why are you looking for buzzwords?
So you said that to her face?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
My question was, why are you looking for buzzwords? Your goal as an investor should be get maximum output.
Yeah.
तो तुम इन्वेस्ट चाहे वो गोल्ड में करो, कहीं पे भी करो, तुम्हें तो आउटपुट चाहिए ना.
आउटपुट चाहिए. करेक्ट.
तुम क्यों AI deep इसी particular keyword के पीछे पड़े हो? I told her कि there are many companies in your portfolio. They're probably not even AI, but they're just saying AI to get some funding.
Yeah. And to look cool.
Yeah. She's like, I know about it. So I was like, no disrespect to you, ma'am. I know you're doing a really good job, but it's just that I'm not really into AI, so I'm sorry.
Okay. So
बोला obviously ऐसे exactly नहीं बोला मैंने.
हाँ पता है
बहुत
नहीं
ही-
वो समझ गया
बहुत smooth language में बताया मैंने. I was like, are you sure? मतलब I don't understand. See क्या होता है ना कि one more good thing about being from Bits is that people know Bits. If you go to any founder meetup, हर एक founder meetup में 5% लोग तो होंगे ही मतलब Bits से ऐसे कॉलेज
आराम से.
तो क्या होता है कि there are other people who know you. So when someone openly knows you're from Bits, they're like कि इससे ज़्यादा पंगा नहीं लेते हैं. Because they think that कि इसको पता है ये क्या बोल रहा है. They assume that this person must have thought a lot and spoken about something.
Correct.
Plus वो circle भी ऐसा common हो जाता है ना. So the person who was organizing this event, one of the organizers was a Bitsian.
Okay.
So he knows her. She knows I know him. So she's like मुझे भी बहुत ज़्यादा ऐसे नहीं पढ़ना है.
नहीं पढ़ना है. Okay.
So that helps sometimes. Just passively.
So now in this new, let's say, I don't know what's the word called for it, but this new Instagram wave of personal brands.
Oh.
Everyone wants to start their personal brand. This is a new trending, like you said, keyword, buzzword right now. How important do you think personal brand is if you want to start a business? Now, personal brand as in not for your business, like that is a separate thing. Marketing for your business is a separate thing. But if you want to be known as a founder, and you're starting a personal brand for yourself wherein you will be putting out content, showing your face, how important is it for founders right now?
So I think like for someone like me, first I'll talk about myself.
Yeah.
I'm a very org-centric person, organizational-centric person.
Okay.
So I believe in being not in front all the time, but rather being at the back
Behind
and
the
managing
scenes.
company. Although I do make videos for Phodu Club,
Yeah.
but I'm more like, I don't really want to talk a lot about my life in public. I prefer to have a very calm, peaceful, private life at my home. But at the same time, Phodu Club में मैं अगर जरूरत पड़े तो videos बनाऊंगा and I'll post them in the official page. मैं अपने page पे specifically I never really post a lot of things. But I think that I did that on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, I have a personal brand.
Yeah.
I think any one platform someone should choose as a founder, or even if they're not a founder, they should make a personal brand.
They should, right?
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
it complements your vision, your goals in life, and at the same time, it becomes a place for you to amplify your thoughts. But I mean, the mistake most people make is that they just make a personal brand for very different reasons. I think ultimately the goal for personal brand should be obviously तो पता होना चाहिए कि ultimate goal क्या है. Is it to bring customers for your company? Is it to have fame? Is it to get invited to some, I don't know, Forbes?
Yeah.
So you should know what your goal with the personal brand is. In my case, whenever I used to make videos after launching Phodu Club, it was primarily because I like to make videos. At the same time, I want to drive some customers for Phodu Club.
Okay.
But I've seen a lot of people who just don't know. They're just making. It's fine. But after some point, you should figure out कि क्यों बनाना है.
There should be an end goal.
Yeah.
वरना वो कभी खत्म ही नहीं होगा. And there's no point in stucking in that loop. Like no,
Yeah.
if you create videos every day for 365 days, you're gonna get fed up of it.
Yeah. If you don't have a goal.
Yeah, if you don't have a goal, exactly.
It's good. I think even if someone likes to create videos and वो ऐसे videos बना रहा है because they like to do it, that's also fine. So
That's a
it's
different
actually
thing.
the best thing.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
But if you want to get something out of content creation, but you don't have a goal and you're just going in blindly, then that's not going to work.
Yeah. आजकल competition बहुत है.
बहुत है.
And you should know what you are doing the things for.
If you have a phone with a camera and internet,
Everyone is equal.
everyone is equal. Yeah.
आजकल के फोन के कैमरास भी अच्छे होते हैं. When I was starting, उस समय पे 10 years ago, फोन का कैमरा was not that good.
Yeah.
And you couldn't even afford an expensive phone which has a good camera.
I mean, at that time, even all the expensive phone had very
Yeah,
mid-range
but
cameras.
आजकल it's very accessible.
Yeah.
So I do encourage people to make their personal brand, but वही है कि my objective with personal brand is really different on LinkedIn. I'm like कि भाई, if I ever want to launch something, my next startup, let's say, if I ever make one, or if I have an experience, something that I want to share with a junior, if anyone, then I can post it there, and at least some people who value me enough will come and read it. That's it.
Okay. So, if you wanted to give one piece of advice or one line of principle to every student watching this podcast, what would it be?
यार देखो, ऐसा है ना कि बहुत टफ है कुछ भी करने जाओ. You want to make videos, it's tough. You want to get a good CGPA, it's tough. Every single thing is going to have resistance. It's not easy. If anyone says that X task is easy, then they're probably God gifted. It's not easy. So no matter which line you go into, you have to work hard, like really, really hard. There's no substitute for hard work. No matter how lucky you get. In fact, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
I think people need to just understand that, it comes at a cost. And sacrifices करने पड़ेंगे. कुछ ना कुछ sacrifice करना ही पड़ेगा. Either it could be your grades, it could be your personal life.
It could be your sleep.
It could be sleep. Could be anything. But I mean, if I had to say one thing to any junior, it would be कि भाई मतलब don't stop being delusional and keep working hard. I think being delusional is important. I don't like when we were doing Phodu Club at the start, our goal was to make 3 lakh rupees in revenue.
Okay.
That was the goal.
That was the goal.
We were like, यार इतना हो जाए तो बहुत है.
But do you think when you start a business, you keep goals? Some people, what they do is they keep very unrealistic goals. They be like, I want this company to be an unicorn company, and then I want to make 10 crores a month and whatever bullshit. What do you think a person should keep in mind while setting their goals? Should they set small goals? Should they set a big goal and divide then sub goals below the big goal to achieve that big goal? How do you do it, and what do you recommend?
So when we started Phodu Club, we wanted to make a complete preparation platform for BitSat.
Okay.
So that was the bigger goal. But we did not have the funds to hire teachers, hire DTP operators, hire developers to get it done. So we had to split that big goal into many smaller goals, which felt achievable at that point of time. That was the goal of 3 lakh set, because we know that if we have this much, then we can invest and make a proper full course. So that was the only thing.
Okay.
Abhi, if I were to think about it in general, so I think you need to, at your core, have some level of vision. It need not be a 10-year, 15-year, itna lamba vision nahi hai. At least for the next 1 year, 2 years, you should know ki what do you want to achieve out of the coming timeline. Then that major goal can be split into multiple smaller
goals,
which are very time dependent. So like for example, अगले साल we want to do X thing. अब वो X thing करने के लिए पहले 5 things need to be in line. So एक एक करके 5 चीजों को लाइन पे लाओ.
Correct. फिर जाके वो X complete होगा. Okay.
It's a big mountain to climb if you want to climb it in one day. But if you just know the next 4 steps to climb every day, you will reach there without too much of stress.
Yeah, too much of stress and too much of struggle.
Like I just recalled one story. So, so 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I was in Bali. There was one mountain called Mount Batur. Okay. It's the tallest peak in Bali. It's a volcanic mountain.
Okay.
It's volcanically active. Okay. Lava nahi aati hai, but it's active.
But I heard कि Bali में some eruption had a...
Yeah, it does happen. I think I don't know when it happened, but it's a volcanically active mountain basically.
Okay.
So Kushal, I had gone with Kushal, both of us. Okay, we were living in a hostel. So Kushal was like कि भाई चलो trekking करते हैं. करके आते हैं, क्या ही जा रहे हैं. इतने दूर आए हैं तो एक बार देख ही लेते कि यहाँ के माउंटेन कैसे होते हैं. इंडिया के तो देख ही चुके हैं हम लोग. तो I'm like I'm not a person who likes to do ऐसे hardcore physical activity, but I was like, पर देख लेते हैं कि क्या है, because tallest mountain है कुछ तो होगा. So we inquired and we got to know कि you have to leave at 3 a.m. सुबह ट्रैक के लिए.
Okay.
3 a.m. तुम निकलोगे, 4 a.m. को तुम बेस पे पहुंचोगे. And if you keep trekking at 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. you'll reach the peak.
Okay.
जहाँ पे you can see the sunrise. तो I was like, ठीक है, doesn't sound very tough, you know. It's like 2 घंटे की तो बात है. So went to the trek, base camp पे पहुंचे, and इतना अंधेरा था, दिख ही नहीं रहा था कि भाई जाना कहाँ है.
अरे. हाँ.
And then I asked the guide कि कहाँ है, मतलब can you just point out peak कहाँ है? He did a ऐसा टाइप का एंगल. तो it's like आप 90 डिग्री पे पॉइंट क्यों कर रहे हो? Is it that steep? He's like, obviously it weren't told it is steep. It's a steep trek. I thought कि ऐसे ही चलना होता है, मतलब just I thought एक रोड होगी.
हाँ. उसमें से चल के जाएंगे ऊपर पहुंच जाएंगे. कुछ
भी बीटी हुई, there will be a car that will come. कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा. He was like, no, there is no car. You have to trek full.
और ये बेस कैंप पे पता चल रहा है.
बेस कैंप मतलब बेस कैंप नहीं था. It was the base.
It was the base.
इधर से स्टार्ट हो रहा है ट्रैक.
Okay. और वहाँ जाके पता चल.
मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि बेस तक स्ट्रेट रोड था. वहाँ पे भी इंक्लाइन थी.
Okay.
तो आई थॉट कि स्टार्ट हो गया है. He said कि स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ है. रोड इधर तक ही है. इसके बाद रोड नहीं होगी, पत्थर है बस. So after climbing for 30 minutes, and in our group we had some people from Germany, some people from Australia, and इन लोगों को आदत होती है. हाँ. They are very adventurous. 30 minutes बाद मेरी हालत अभी खत्म हो गई. And I started looking for कि वापस नीचे जाना है मुझे कुछ भी करके. And Kushal went कहीं तो ahead. इतना अंधेरा था कि I did not even know where he is. Okay. So one guide stayed with me. So at that point of time I remembered the same thing which I told you now. कि यार देखो माउंटेन है तो बहुत बड़ा, बट मुझे सिर्फ अगले मिनट में बस 3-4 स्टेप 5 स्टेप चढ़ने हैं. सो व्हाट इफ आई जस्ट थिंक ऑफ द नेक्स्ट मिनट एंड आई फॉरगेट कि इतना बड़ा माउंटेन है. आई जस्ट नो कि नेक्स्ट 60 seconds में आई हैव टू डू 3 steps, एंड आफ्टर एवरी आई डोंट नो 5 minutes I can take a 30-second break. I somehow reached the peak. I have a video of me जिसमें I'm saying if I don't return back, then this video will be my last ever message to the world. I have a video in the darkness. मेरे सर पे ये था torch था.
And then how was the sunrise from there?
It was not very visible because of the clouds.
That would have been one of the worst feelings ever.
No, it's like it mattered more to me. I mean बाकी के लोग तो sad थे ही. I was not very sad. Because I was like, something that I took up as a challenge, I've completed.
Okay.
And then Kushal told me, you have not completed it, you have to go down now.
Okay.
So I was like, oh no, there are इतना अभी नीचे भी जाना है क्या? He's like, नीचे जाने का light है, इतना tension मत लो.
But how was it? It was still going down?
Yeah. I slipped once, but it was still.
But I feel when you get down a mountain, that's the most difficult part of the trek. Even in Mount Everest, most of the deaths they happen when they come down.
It's true, but this one was not that steep.
Okay.
While coming down, the path was better than going up. Because light भी थी ना अभी तो सूरज
अंधेरा नहीं था. Oh shit! You climbed it in darkness.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Imagine 1,000 people climbing a mountain.
And it's pitch black.
Yeah, and 90% of them are foreigners.
But at least now you have a cool story to share.
Yeah, I mean, the story is, I never shared it, I say particularly, because it's, once again, as I mentioned, कि I'm not someone, if I had a personal brand ka YouTube channel, I would have shared this story.
Hi guys, I'm here.
Actually, I did write a LinkedIn post on this.
Okay.
It's quite fascinating. But that moment taught me this lesson very, very, एकदम मतलब मेरे खून के अंदर it was established. You don't think of the bigger things, think of अगले, जैसे मान लो 1 साल में गोल अचीव करना है तो ऐसा मत सोचो कि 1 साल में अचीव करना है. सोचो कि 1 महीने में क्या करना है, 1 हफ्ते में क्या करना है.
करेक्ट.
उसको स्प्लिट करोगे तो बहुत कंफर्टेबली हो जाएगा.
करेक्ट. उसको स्प्लिट करेंगे तो we will have a blueprint कि आगे क्या करना है. क्योंकि if I can say I want to make $1 million this year, अब मैं क्या करूँ? But if you then split it down, you get to know कि okay, now I have to do X thing, Y thing and all that. So yeah.
Business.
How was life in Bali? Like how is it as good for startup culture? Because not startup culture, but it has a good founders culture, I feel. A lot of people work from there remotely. Did you encounter such people, or like did you like see something different over there?
So Kushal and I wanted to go Bali because we were like, यार बाकी सब जगह तो सब लोग जाते, Dubai everyone goes,
Yeah.
Singapore everyone goes,
Yeah.
why not go somewhere different? So we're like Bali चलते हैं. But then Bali के लिए एक layover था in Singapore.
Okay.
So we were like, okay, if Singapore में layover है तो वो भी घूम लेते हैं.
हाँ.
So we went there. Very tall buildings,
Yeah.
skyscrapers everywhere,
Yeah.
and very fast life.
In Singapore.
Singapore.
Okay.
5 days over there. After that, we land in a place which apparently looks like Goa, which doesn't have any buildings at all. I'm like, यार इतनी कोई भी building ही नहीं दिख रही यहाँ पे. Is it? Are we in the right place? What is happening? Then the next morning, I came to know कि यहाँ पे it's very different as a life. It's very laid back, very chill. Scooter लेके लोग घूमते हैं. And खाना बहुत अलग है. In terms of
अच्छा था खाना?
I did not really like Balinese food a lot. It's very... So there are a lot of Hindus in Bali.
Okay.
It's Hindu, like the majority religion in Bali is Hindu, although in Indonesia it's Muslim.
Hindus or Buddhism?
Hindus.
Hindus. Okay.
There are a lot of temples
Okay.
which are having the deity, which is like, very similar to Hindu gods.
Okay.
You will see Ganpati ki murti in a lot of houses. So what was different over there for me, I just felt like it's a very modernized version of Goa. Like the systems are better. You don't have too much, kit. It's very systemized.
Okay.
The water is clean. The air is cleaner. The people they're not really looking to scam you.
Yeah.
Unlike in a lot of touristy places.
But are they welcoming? Like,
they are very welcoming, yeah.
Okay.
They know English really well.
Okay.
It's like they are very, they're very cooperative. They understand. And about the culture, I did not really meet any specific as a founder. I did meet a lot of cool people. So we had gone to one camping event.
Okay.
They take you in the middle of a jungle for one night, and there's just one tent for each participant. So it was an Airbnb listed on Airbnb. There were, I think, 8 people in my camping night. Usme we were the only 2 Indians.
I see.
There were 2 people from LA. There were 2 people from Korea. 2 people from Australia, I think. I forgot. So it's a place where the world comes to travel. Unlike in Goa, where Indians come to travel. The difference between Goa and Bali is that Bali is internationally, it's a Goa for international people. US के लोग वहाँ आएंगे, फिर Europe के लोग वहाँ आएंगे. During their winters because it's very cold there. But Goa में only Indians travel mostly. But I did see the culture of openness over there.
Okay.
Maybe that's the reason why many people come. People do meet in cafes, in public places, and they just work together, or they do a lot of deals together.
I see.
That does happen, but for me, it was not primary. I did not really notice that much.
Got it. Man, now I want to go to Bali, bro. I mean, I loved the view of Bali. And Bali ka ek din I had seen a vlog of a founder. He was documenting his life on how his life, like he shares rent with 4 people and they live in this one big villa, and they wake up, they all are like founders of the same company or different company. I'm not sure about that. And then he showed me a day in a life in Bali of how, now of course that was the rich life. If you have money, that's the life you'll get. But I also wanted to see the normal life in Bali, or how it is when you have decent money.
The normal life, I mean, it's just like a Goan,
Okay. It's very calm.
Yeah.
It's very slow.
Goans have a very slow life.
Yeah.
Just like that, local Bali people, they have a very slow life.
Okay.
The people who come from outside but are not rich, they mostly stay in hostels.
Okay.
Or there are a lot of famous hostels.
So it's like a big room with lots of beds in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's this concept of party hostels in Bali.
Okay.
So there are a few localities like Canggu, Seminyak. These areas are more filled with party hostels. They are like the Kalangut, Kandolim of Bali. And then at the same time, there are some shant areas like Ubud, Kuta. We are the quieter areas of Bali, where there's hustle and bustle, but it's not commercial. Like it's not very say hardcore resort या फिर party center. It's more like localized stay there.
Got it.
So it depends on where you go. We had not gone to Canggu and Seminyak
Okay.
because we're not party people. We were more like हमको chill करने जाना.
Okay, coming back to the podcast. Oh man, I can't stop thinking about Bali.
It's a good place. I think from India now you have direct flights from Bangalore to Delhi, Bangalore and Delhi. But I think Bangalore is the first place. The airport is called Denpasar. That's
Okay.
the DPS, I think it's called. There's a direct flight. पहले नहीं थी. So it's good. You can consider going.
Okay. So, if someone feels like they are late in their life or they are behind in their life and it's already too late, I cannot start this now, and they make all sort of excuses, what would you want to say to them?
Everyone has their own pace.
I mean, everyone has their own pace, but don't you feel like some people say it's never too late to start something, right? But sometimes time does matter. Your age does matter. So what do you think on it?
I think that, see, unless you are, too old, like 70, 80 years old,
Yeah.
I think you can always push forward. What I think is that at the core, I feel like everyone has their own pace. So basically, just because Dhruva did something in his second year of college, and by the time he graduated, he had a, I don't know, like a 20-member team called as Phodu Club, doesn't mean you should. Because you have a different path. You have a different
Correct.
backstory.
Correct.
Your upbringing is different.
Correct.
Where you were born, where you went to school, everything is different.
It's different, yeah.
So you cannot compare yourself with someone who has had a really different life as compared to yours.
I agree.
Thus, if you think you're late, it means you're comparing yourself to someone. You would never think you're late if you had nothing to compare to. Think of it like, if I tell you that the next, let's say I do a Jyotishi, okay? I tell you, next thing that you start is going to be a success 100%. There will be zero chance of failure. Wouldn't you be very happy and start?
Yeah. No matter the age.
No matter the age.
Wow.
So it's like
Okay.
you feel that you're late because you're comparing internally kahin na kahin pe. Either you've seen Zepto founders do something at the age of, become billionaires at the age of 22, 23. Or you've seen, I don't know, some youngster build a lot of wealth when they were young. But yeah, I think that when I'm 22 years old right now, when I look at someone from college, like 17 years old, I feel like, damn, man, they have so much time. So much more time than I do. 4 years more than I do, 3 years more than I do. But then I forget that, I shouldn't compare. My life is different now. So I should look forward in a different way.
Okay.
So, but yeah,
Correct.
That's one thing that I heard from somewhere, that how hard would you work if you know you never fail?
Another similar quote I heard: how hard would you fail if you know you were 100 failures away from success?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. This is also a very good one. Well, ultimately, it makes the same thing. But yeah, pace.
Correct. Dhruva, absolutely love to have you on this podcast. Thank you so much for taking out time. I would love to ask one last question before we end this podcast. If you were given a time machine and you would go back 10 years back in time and you were allowed to say one line to your younger self, what would you say?
Keep going. I wouldn't want to reveal anything from my future to my younger self. Because if I did,
things would have been different.
Yeah,
this might have not been. Okay.
He wouldn't be able to get where I am. Even if I was not in this stage of life, let's say I was in a bad stage of life, I think either ways, it's important to face both the phases.
Hmm.
I am here because I had to go through dozens of sleepless nights, dozens of very happy nights,
Yeah.
and dozens of very sad nights.
Hmm.
So that combination is really important. If I reveal any secret to my younger self,
Things could have been different.
he will take it lightly
Yeah.
or will take it too seriously.
Too seriously. Correct.
So I would not. I would just tell him that
Keep going.
keep going. What you're doing is good for you. Keep doing what you do.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm glad.